Hey everybody, we are live at Piedmont Community College and you can see some of the classes we have available. We have early childhood education and you may have witnessed one of our previous Go Live sessions with the new teacher preparation plan. So come on and join us today as we talk a little bit more about the fall semester and how classes will be delivered, what resources there are for students. We thank everybody for joining on. We'll get started officially in just a few seconds as we have a few more people come on. A reminder to put your questions in the comment section so we can answer them as they arise. And feel free to contact us later if you have other questions, as this live video will be featured on our Facebook page for others to view who are not able to join us live. So today we are in PCC's auditorium space. This is widely known as D101. And this is where some of you may take your classes this year. You'll see we have blue tape on some of the chairs, and that's to allow for social distancing. You'll also see that some of our instructors and our deans are wearing really cool masks. Face coverings are required when on campus, whether you're here for a visit or for class. If you cannot social distance, we ask that you wear a face covering. If you don't have one, we have several different varieties that we can give you. And you'll see a couple of the different varieties on some of our folks here. So as we continue through this, we'll again talk about class delivery, different resources, and that you can still register for fall classes. So let's get started with Vice President Barbara Buchanan.
Thank you, Beth. I am Dr. Barbara Buchanan. I'm Vice President of Instruction and Chief Academic Officer for Piedmont Community College. Welcome to this infomercial, as we're calling them. We do want to get information out to you about how we're delivering classes. We want to reassure you that we're safe. We are thinking about safety for both our students and for our instructors and for everyone working at the college. So there are some things in place to make sure that your students are safe, our students are safe when they come on campus. We're offering a variety of classes and they're coming in different ways. So you're going to have some things that are asynchronous, and what does that mean? Think about it, anytime, anywhere, people can log in. There is one little caveat with that though, and I'm sure our Dean of Distance Learning and Learning Commons will talk more about it, and that is that when they log in, there's an icebreaker or an assignment, and it's just like a join the class button. So they have to complete that so that they are officially have joined the class. So that's something to keep in mind. We also have those synchronous kinds of online where people are going to be zoomed in. So everybody is in all the Zoom meetings. You know what that is. It's same time. So we'll have those offered as well. But we've got other classes that have hands-on components, and the deans that are with me are going to talk more about the specifics in their individual areas about that. I'm also going to ask the Dean, Lisa Montgomery, to speak a little bit about the attestation that students will be asked to do before they come on campus. And as I said, Dr. Miller will be talking about a lot of the support services we have in place for our students. So I think that sums up most of what we need to be sure and cover, except something that a lot of you who are parents are going to be interested in hearing about, and that's the Career and College Promise, or the PESL programs that we have here. What does that mean for your students? Because Dr. Walter Montgomery, who's in charge of that program, is going to be speaking on behalf of Leah, who a lot of your students have contact with, and he'll be fleshing more of that information out for you too. So I'm going to let Beth take it to the people who are in the know, and that's the deans. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Buchanan. And we'll start over here with Dean Karen Sanders. You may have seen her in a previous Go Live session when we talked about the teacher preparation, and she's here today to talk about the general education classes and our transfer classes.
Hi, I'm Karen Sanders, Dean of Arts, Sciences, and University Transfer. For the majority of our classes, you will be participating via Zoom. If your class schedule has a time and a date listed, then that's when you will be meeting with your class. Your instructor will be online facilitating the class. You will not be on campus unless you are a CCP or a PECL student. For some of you, it may be impossible to meet at the exact time of the class. Maybe there are several of you in the house that are sharing a computer or some other kind of issue. There will be provisions in each class for you to complete the work at a time that is more convenient. And you're going to have some specific questions about each of these, and I'm going to tell you to email your instructors. They'll be happy to help you. Also, yesterday, I personally sent an email to each of you describing the format for the class that you're going to be taking. And I've already gotten some emails back with questions, and that's great. You can email me back, or you can email your instructor, because I know you're going to have a lot of specific questions about it. One exception to this general rule will be our transition classes, our transition English, which is English 002, and our transition math, which is math 003. Those classes, we're going to ask all students to come to campus for the first 2 weeks to get started with the class. There will certainly be social distancing, masks required, sanitizing of the classroom, but we feel like with those 2 classes, it's going to be very important to get personal instructions to get started. Please, if any time during the semester, but particularly these next couple weeks, when things get confusing, or if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out with those questions. We want to answer them. We want this to go as smoothly as possible, but times are trying and things have been just a little crazy, and we'll have to work through some issues.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dean Sanders. So as she mentioned, we will have social distancing, and for those that are just joining us, you can see that some of our classrooms have taped off seating. There might be an X at the desk that says you cannot sit there, and again, face coverings are required while you're on campus. Now we will talk with Dean Walter Montgomery.
Well, welcome. Glad to have you. I'm going to be talking about 2 things. I have 2 hats I'm wearing today. I'm going to talk about the tech and art classes, as some of them will be meeting on campus. So if you're in welding, gunsmithing, mechatronics, industrial systems, electrical power production, digital effects and animation technology, and agribusiness as a regular curriculum student, you will meet at your normal time and date starting on Monday. So if you're in a welding class that starts, it's Monday, you will come to class at the time that's on your schedule, whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon. So just want to be sure you show up. Now, if you're in a gen ed class, like English or math, you will follow what Ms. Sanders just told you. So now let me put on my other hat, which is I'm going to want to talk about person early college students and career and college promise students that attend the local high schools. If you are at Bartlett Yancey High, you will attend totally virtually at your Zoom time, or if you're in a normal online class, you will participate in that online class as you normally would have in the past. Person County School students are attending school, and that includes Roxborough Christian Academy, Person High, and Roxborough Community School. So if you're scheduled to be in the high school on a specific day and you have a PCC class, you are expected to come to PCC and participate in class in person. And I'll give some scenarios in just a minute. If you have questions about a PECL student, please email me, Walter Montgomery. If Person High, Roxborough Community School, Roxborough Christian Academy, or you're a Person County homeschool student, please contact Leah. And if you are a Bartlett Yancey High School student or a Caswell homeschool student, you will contact Mackenzie, and your students should have those contacts. As we have already done a lot of trainings online via Zoom, if you missed that, Leah or Mackenzie can give you those as they have been recorded. But I do want to say too that if you are in Person County and you are attending welding, cosmetology, and gaming, those classes will meet on the PCC campus every day. And that goes for, I'm talking about high school students. Of course, casual will be virtually online. If you are in a class except welding, after your normal school hours, you will Zoom. So I know there's a statistics class, Math 152, that meets later in the evening. You will Zoom that class. You will not come to PCC even though you are a high school student. You will only come to PCC during your regular high school hours. And there will be no classes on Wednesdays. No classes unless you're, again, in welding, cosmetology, or gaming. You will still come to those classes on Wednesday, and transportation has been worked out for you. So let me give a couple scenarios. If I'm in a traditional online class, which would be a 70 series section number, I'm going to log into Blackboard as I normally do on the first day, and I'm going to complete my icebreaker and syllabus quiz, and then start working in my class. So that would be a 71, 72, 73 series. Now, if you're in a hybrid or face-to-face class, as Ms. Sanders said, a class that has a time and a date, if you are in school on that time and that day, you will come to PCC and participate in that class. If you're not at school on that time, you will do it via Zoom. And that Zoom link will be provided in your Blackboard shell. So you must either attend in person or in the Zoom session to be counted present in the class. So let me go over a couple of scenarios. I am an A schedule student and I attend school on Monday and Tuesday. I have a math class that meets on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will go to math on the PCC campus in person on Monday, and I will Zoom at the same time on Wednesday and Friday from wherever it is that you may be. I am a B schedule student. That means I attend school on Thursday and Friday. My math class meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will attend class on Friday, and I will Zoom on Monday and Wednesday from wherever it is that I may be. Now, we also know that we have those virtual students. So if you are a virtual student, you will attend class via Zoom on all 3 days at the time and the date of that class. So if that math class starts at 8 o'clock on Monday, I will get to Blackboard and get on the link, and I'll start listening and do my work.
Great. So basically, if you are a high school student in college classes, you will be attending your classes at PCC the same way you'll be attending your classes at your high school. So Bartlett Yancey, everybody's online. And at the Person County schools, they are either in the class on Monday and Tuesday or Thursday and Friday, and the rest of the time they log into Blackboard, get their Zoom link, and they are Zooming with their instructors at the same time that their class is always held. And this allows them to have great interaction with their teachers, right?
And the only exceptions are the welding and cosmetology and that he mentioned.
Right.
Very fun.
So the exceptions are those hands-on training classes like mechatronics and welding and cosmetology. So talk to your instructor for more details. And as Dean Sanders mentioned, instructors and deans have sent out emails to make it more clear for you. And of course, the high school students always have access to Leah Rollins or Mackenzie Hedrick, and they can get more information from them. Is there anything else you'd like to share at this point?
We do have one question that's asked about, what about workforce training programs? And so anything that is already scheduled, the same thing would be true. They would need to talk to their instructor, and some of those will still be offered with social distancing in mind, and some of those will be offered in these same sort of formats where they're Zoomed, and so the same thing will follow for those. If it's a hands-on something and it's already scheduled, they'll still continue forward, but there will be social distancing practices in place. The other thing that I just want to stress is, yes, we've sent text out and emails out, and so often students forget how to access their emails to get that information. So when Dr. Miller speaks, he's going to talk a little bit more about that. But let me just say, because you can say it multiple times and it'll still be okay, that is, we have a help desk that you can call or email, and they will help you know how to get into your email. So parents, if your students don't know how, get them to do that, please.
Very good. Thank you. So we are going to sneak over here, and let's see, Mr. Montgomery has something else to share.
I'm glad Dr. Buchanan said something about other programs. I forgot one of our best new starting programs, fire safety. Fire safety at Person High. We'll meet on the Person High campus every day. So if you're in the fire safety class, you will be attending that class on the Person High campus every day.
And if you're not in the fire safety class, but you would like to be in the fire safety class, talk to Leah Rollins, and I bet we can get you enrolled next semester. So we will talk now to Dean Elisa Montgomery, and she will talk to us about some of our healthcare and human services programs.
Good afternoon. So we all know that cosmetology and healthcare students need hands-on training. So we are bringing these students to campus for their labs so that they can practice on each other and on mannequins so that they can get that experience that they need to be able to take care of you later once they graduate. So cosmetology, nurse aid, medical assisting, and nursing classes will have a face-to-face component, socially distanced with face coverings on, and you should be getting emails from your instructors about each of your courses to help you understand better when to attend in person and when to attend via Zoom. I also want to talk for just a minute about the student self-attestation form. Each of you will be mailed today a link to a student attestation form for COVID-19 symptoms. The requirement is that you fill out this form each day before you come to campus. The results of this form will then be emailed to your student email account. When you come to campus and enter the room, you will be asked to show the results of your form to your instructor as proof that you have completed the form that day and do not have any of the coronavirus symptoms. If you have any questions about any of this, I can be found in L Building, or you can email me, and I'll be glad to answer any of those questions.
That's wonderful. And we just met with cosmetology yesterday for one of these Go Live sessions, and we talked about the cosmetology program and when clients will be allowed back. And we talked about maybe towards the end of the semester, but there are mannequins that the cosmetology students will work on now, and that's the same with the natural hair care course. So they will get started. The cosmetology gets started on Monday, and natural hair gets started the Tuesday after Labor Day. And again, clients will be welcome towards the end of the semester, and we'll let folks know as that starts to happen. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Mr. Montgomery just asked me to remind PESEL students and CCP students that they would also be asked to complete this same student attestation form, even though they have been screened at the high schools.
And this form, you said, will be emailed to the students, and every day that they come on campus, they need to fill it out and have it ready to show the results to their instructors so there are no questions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good.
And if you do not fill it out, you will not be allowed in the classroom.
And if students don't have a face covering, what should they do?
We have face coverings available on campus. Instructors will have some available in the classrooms. Or if you want to come see people in E Building, they will have some, and we will have some in L Building as well.
Very good. Thank you so much. So we will make our way over to Dr. Don Miller. Dr. Buchanan mentioned him earlier. He is overseeing the Learning Commons, which means laptops and computer labs and tutoring and all kinds of great stuff. So let's hear what he has to say for our student success this year.
Thank you, Beth. Good afternoon. So in the spring when we went all online, the college recognized that some students would need assistance with technology to be successful in their courses. So we purchased a great amount of laptops and hotspots, and those can be checked out at the Learning Commons. So if you need a laptop and or a hotspot, For your fall courses, you can call 336-322-2247 to set up an appointment to pick up a laptop or a hotspot. Also, those can be picked up on either campus, so you could pick it up either on Person or Caswell campus according to which is more convenient for you. Another pivot that we made in the spring is from face-to-face to virtual tutoring. We've been offering virtual tutoring all summer, and it's through a program called WC Online, which you can access on our website. And I've also asked instructors to put a link in their Blackboard courses to WC Online so it's easy for you to access it. Students can email papers for feedback, or they can receive real-time tutoring via Zoom, and we'll even offer limited face-to-face tutoring in the fall semester in either the Caswell or Person Learning Commons. Dr. Buchanan mentioned our distance learning help desk. We understand that many of you all this fall, this will be your first experience with distance education, and we are here to help you with any problems you may have logging in, finding that icebreaker assignment, how to get started with your courses. Please email us at studenthelpdesk@piedmontcc.edu or call us at area code 336-322-2138. If you are having any problems accessing your course, your email, getting started in your course, we are here to help you. Also, if you are more comfortable with face-to-face help, we will have face-to-face assistance available on both the Person and the Caswell campuses.
And I'm just going to interrupt for 1 second, Dr. Miller. I'll say if you did not catch those phone numbers or those email addresses, we will place them in the comments section after the live version is done. And we also have a website, www.piedmontcc.edu/COVID-19. And that has some FAQs for our students, our parents, anybody who's coming on campus really, to help them figure out what's going on at PCC this fall.
The only other thing I would add is just to repeat what's been said a couple times about census dates and icebreaker assignments. All of your courses have census dates, which is at the 10% point of the semester. With our face-to-face classes, that's demonstrated through attendance. With distance education, it's a little bit different in that you need to complete an assignment before the 10% date. So your instructor will be giving you instructions about which assignment you need to complete, but usually it's an icebreaker and a syllabus quiz. So as Dr. Buchanan and Dean Montgomery mentioned, when you log in on Monday, that's after you read the syllabus, that's the first thing you want to look for is those assignments and go ahead and complete them.
Fantastic. So super important comments that I'm hearing. Students, you should check your email right away and get that information. And then you should make sure that you go online and join the class that you are enrolled in, and then you can finish that icebreaker. And that icebreaker will be counted towards your attendance of the class. And right now we'll talk with Miss Edna Brown. She's part of our student development team. And if you missed Welcome Weekend this Saturday, she might have a few details that will be helpful for you right now. Hey, Edna.
Hi, I'm Edna Brown from the Caswell campus. I'm the Director of Student Development there. I've got several things to cover with you guys, especially if you are a new student. The things that are housed in student development on both campuses are admissions. This is where you apply to the college if you're a new student. And actually, if you've been out, if you've missed two concurrent spring and fall semesters, you need to apply to the school again when you come back. So you come to us to get help with the application and the residency determination information. Once we get that information straight, we ask you to supply your transcripts from high school and any other colleges that you've attended. This will help us in determining where you need to start when you come to school. Proof of high school completion is required, whether it's a high school graduation or a GED. So we'll help you get that information gathered as well. Financial aid is also housed in our departments. These services are available on both campuses. You can get help with the free application for federal student aid, which is known as the FAFSA. Once your FAFSA is complete, you will be notified if you receive a financial aid package, or if not, we ask you to apply for scholarships and grants that we have available at the college and external scholarships. And we also have the option where you can set up a payment plan. So we have those two things. And then we would also have to cover the fact that now it's time for you to register for your classes. Once we get how many credits you want to apply for, financial information on file, and your record is complete. We ask that if it's your first time registering, we can help register you over in E and K building. But if you already are a student here and you know your advisor, we ask you to contact that advisor, get advising, and then you can even register yourself for classes. The advisor can register you as well. But we are the front line to help you get started. We have this wonderful tool called self-service that's helping the students register for their classes. You can also look in there to see all your financial aid information and any other student records that apply to you. So we want to get you acclimated to the self-service. We also would like to cover two federal programs we have included, the TRIO programs. One is the Student Support Services Program, where we work with 200 students on campus, that's PCC students, with all types of retention information, tutoring, lots of things go along with that program, cultural enrichment. And the other program is the Educational Opportunity Center, where that program can serve other counties that we're connected with. I think we used to be at 11 counties, but we may be at like 9 now. But we serve over 2,500 students in that program to help them get enrolled in college and stay in college. Career services is also a tool that we offer. You can come to our department to get help with cover letter and resume help. Career services through our online career services portal. And we host job fairs and other students for our students and community members. This year we had to have a virtual one, and we combined with Avery University to do that. But we really like when we have, we're not in pandemic season, and we can have our job fairs on campus. Those are very successful. And also at that point, when you're a later point of your academic career, we have a work-based learning coordinator that helps with help you get experience with hands-on practice in your field, in your course of study. So those are some of the services that we cover in student development, and we are just excited and want to see you come.
Fantastic. So a couple of key points that I took away from there. If you haven't registered, you still can. So visit Edna in Caswell County in Building K, or another student development team member in Building E on the Person County campus. Also, if you haven't filled out your financial aid form, we would recommend that you do that, and that you will fill out your financial aid as well as scholarship opportunities, because if you do not think that you qualify for financial aid, you may indeed qualify for scholarship opportunities. I'm hearing some other comments over here, so let's come on over back to Dean Sanders.
I want to tag team with something that Edna said. We have advisors for the Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Arts and Teacher Prep, Associate in Science and Teacher Prep, and the Associate in Fine Arts. We have advisors sitting at a computer right now waiting to help you register. You can do that in person, or you can do it, you can call and we can set up a Zoom appointment with you, but they're going to be sitting right there till 6:30 tonight. So this afternoon would be an excellent time to register for classes if you haven't done so.
That's right. We are open until 6:30 tonight for our extended hours, and we want to make sure that we're able to help all folks in our community, Those who are working, you are not excluded. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to register.
There was a comment just posted where someone was asking if we were going to provide Zoom links for the students. Those links will be found within their Blackboard course shell. The instructors will put those in the Blackboard course shells for each course.
So once again, be sure that you open up your Blackboard account, join your class, and that Zoom link will be inside the Blackboard class setting.
But don't panic if you don't see it, your class listed in Blackboard immediately. That you won't see it until the class actually opens. And for those that have dates and times, it won't open until the time of the first class meeting. So if you tune in at 9 o'clock on Monday morning and you don't see it listed, it's because it has a date and a time when the class starts.
That's right. So if my English class is on Friday at 10 a.m., for just a crazy example, at Friday at 10 a.m., that's when that class will be available on Blackboard. Is that correct? That's what I'm hearing.
Specific time.
If it has a specific time. Now, if you are in a traditional online class prior to all this pandemic stuff, you're just rolling with the way you used to roll online classes.
I think I failed to also add that we also offer disability services. There is information that you need to get filled out early on if you need accommodations. So please see the Student Development Office for that information as well.
Very good.
How to get going with that.
Very good. So lots of opportunities at Piedmont Community College this fall, despite the pandemic. We want to make sure that we're here for you. And as Dr. Buchanan mentioned, first off, PCC's first priority is your safety and your success. You heard about a lot of different student resource opportunities. You heard a lot about different program opportunities. We have so many programs of study, some that are hands-on, some that are preparing you to transfer to a four-year university, and we want to make sure we're serving your needs. So call us. The main campus number here in Person County is 336-599-1181, and in Caswell County, 336-694-5707. You can always visit our website at www.piedmontcc.edu and ask any question that you may. And Dr. Buchanan?
Well, we appreciate everyone for joining us today. This was a lot of great information, and I thank everyone that came and shared their information. We know there could be other questions. Send your questions to us. We will try to get an answer out. As Beth said, we will put some of those numbers that you've heard mentioned into the comment section so you can find those quite easily. And then, listen, this is going to be okay, and how we're doing this is going to be okay. So on Monday morning, if you have some high school students who are up here and they don't know where to go, we're going to have people standing out there helping them find where they need to go. We're going to have posters laminated and outside every building showing which classes are in which classrooms, because even today we're still having to find some different ways to socially distance people. But the main thing is we're all in this together. It's going to be okay, and we're going to be working with your students to have a very successful semester. So send your questions to us. Be unafraid, though. There are no dumb questions. We're all still learning about how we're going to get through this, but it's going to be just fine. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely right. Again, this is a learning experience for everybody. We encourage you to come out, ask questions, ask questions. You can write them in the comment section, and we'll make sure we get it to the right person. So thanks again to everybody for joining us today. And again, the website, www.piedmontcc.edu. You can find any information there about COVID-19, programs of study, financial aid, how to register, everything you're looking for, and we look forward to serving you. Take care.